Hey, aloha team, Jason Boom Scott here with Guaranteed Rate. And today's instructional video is basically really how to start our online application. And I'll be honest, it's very simple. First off, you're going to go to www.rate.com/Jason C. Scott. And you should see this. This is what it should look like, right? You should see my ugly mug right there. That's me. All right. And there's two ways you can do it. You can click on there's multiple ways, but the two easiest ways is I always tell everybody, look for the big green button that says apply now. You click apply now, right? And come on, boom, there it is. It's going to ask you a couple choices. Are you doing a purchase? Are you doing a refinance? Or are you doing a pre-qualification? Now, if you remember from our previous videos, I talked about the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. I really focus on pre-approvals, but in order to get to the pre-approval, we have to start with the pre-qualification. And that's what we would be doing here. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire process because that would actually create a file, and I don't want to create a bogus file. But so you click on pre-qualification, right? And then it's going to ask you, it's real simple. It's just going to ask you some very easy questions. What is the purchase price of the home that you're thinking about buying, right? 100,000, 400,000, 1 million, 200,000, you name it, right? You type that in there. And then you put in your down payment. Now, if you're doing a VA loan, which if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're interested in using your VA home loan benefit. You know that the VA loan is 100% financing up to the VA county loan limit. Like here in Hawaii, it's $721,050, right? So technically, you can finance up to that much with zero down, but my application doesn't like zero. So please put in at least $1 and then we fix it in on the backside, right? And then you get to choose what state you want to be in. You know, if you're watching this now, this is probably because you're thinking about buying a home in Hawaii. However, I lend in all 50 states, so you truly can pick whatever state you want to work in, right? Now, when I ask you what you think your credit score is, I know most people want to be modest. If you say that your credit score is fair or needs improvement, you won't even get to finish the application. So I tell everybody, just put in excellent. Whether you know it's excellent or not, just put in excellent because we're going to find out once you finish the application, it's going to allow you to pull your credit and you'll see the instant results right then. Okay, so again, put in the purchase price, the amount that you think you're trying to buy, down payment amount, and if you're VA, put in at least $1 just because we don't like blank spots, right? Choose your state. Make sure you say that your credit score is excellent, just so that way we're going to know what it is once we actually pull your credit, but just do that so that we can move through the process. First name, last name, email, and phone number. And that's all it is. And then you hit next, right? Now, I would type stuff in right now, but you know, screw it. We'll just go into it. Let's do it. So let's say we're going to look for a $200,000 home, right? Down payment. We're going to go VA. We're going to put $1, right? Property state. We're going to call it Hawaii because that's where we're at right now. Credit score. Heck yeah, I'm excellent, right? What is our name going to be? How about Ranger Rick? I like that one, right? Ranger Rick. Good one. And what's Ranger Rick's email? We're going to say rangerrick@gmail.com. I wonder if there's actually somebody's email with that. For an area code or for a phone number, of course, if you're in Hawaii and you got an 808 number, and we'll just do the 555-1212. That's not even a real number. That's what they use in the movies all the time, right? That whole 555 number. And then you're going to click next. Boom. Here it comes. Bam. Next page. Ranger, does he have a middle name? I'm going to say D for Danger. Ranger Danger Rick. I like that one. When was he born? He was probably born at the beginning of time. So we're going to go January 1st let's go 1991. That was a good year, right? And Ranger Danger is probably not married because he's out there kicking doors all the time. So we're just going to say he's unmarried. And who referred him to us? Well, we're going to say Team Boom, right? I met Ranger Danger out there and said, dude, you need to buy a home, right? And he just so happens to be a first-time home buyer, and he served in the U.S. military. So if you have served in the U.S. military, check the box, man. It's a good thing. Then you click next. So as you can see, this is very, very easy. Then it's going to ask if you want to add a co-borrower. That just basically means, do you want to add someone on the loan? Now, in the previous page, Ranger Danger Rick he said he was unmarried, right? So if he was to add a co-borrower on a VA loan, he would have to add at least another veteran, because it's not a spouse, in order to have truly 100% financing. Otherwise, that loan would be called a veteran non-veteran loan, and the non-veteran co-borrower would have to put 12.5% down. But that's another class, another video for another time. So we're going to say no for this time, right? All right. Then wants to know, how much do you currently spend in your housing expenses, right? How much do you pay for rent, or do you currently already own a home? Ranger Danger, he lives under a pup tent, in the mountains, but he has to rent the space. So we'll just say he pays $500 a month. All right. Then we're going to click next. All right. And then where does he live? Now this one, the cool thing about our system is it's really smart. Once you start to type in an actual address, boom, it finds it by Google. There it is. I don't know what address that is. And we're just going to say that he rents. And let's say that he's been living there literally since January of 2012. All right. You want to have at least a 2-year residence history. And then it says, do you have a signed purchase contract? Since we're doing a pre-qualification, pre-approval, you do not have a signed purchase contract. However, if you've kind of got the cart before the horse and you went out there somewhere and submitted an offer and somebody said, yeah, I'll sell you my home without any type of pre-approval. I'll be honest, I don't know of anywhere that does that anymore at all. But hey, who knows? There are unicorns out there, I believe it. And you might have just got the unicorn. But if you do have a purchase contract and you haven't been pre-approved, then yes, you would click yes. Otherwise, you're going to click no. And like I said, it's very, very easy. Then it's just going to ask you, where are you looking for your new home? Well, Ranger Danger, he wants to be close to Schofield Barracks, so he's going to put Wahiawa, right? He knows the zip code, 96786, and county is Honolulu, and he's looking for a single-family home. Who knows? Maybe we'll find one. And he plans to own the property at least 3 to 5 years because, Ranger Danger, he's kind of like a nomad. He wants to move around a little bit, so he doesn't want to be tied down too long if he doesn't have to. All right? What's most important to him? Well, obviously, with him, it's probably going to be the lowest rate or the smallest payment. Either one would work, and that's what he's going to put in there. And he's going to use it as his primary residence because, honestly, he's tired of living underneath in a pup tent. His primary down payment source. So if he was to put a down payment down, we need to know where would that come from. And it would probably come from his checking or savings account, right? So you get the drift. Pretty easy. You literally follow the instructions. Now, right here, this is most important when it talks about your income type. Are you self-employed? Do you own your own business? W-2 means you get a paycheck from somebody. You work for the man, right? Social Security. Yes, believe it or not, Social Security counts as income. If you receive Social Security benefits, hey, that's the best kind. That kind is the gift that keeps giving, doesn't stop. If you have a pension, right? Let's say you're already retired and you got retirement income coming in. That's a pension. Let's say you own properties that are cash flow positive already and you get rental income. Boom. It'll even allow you to choose. Let's say you receive child support. You can count that. Or let's say that you were previously married and somebody has to pay you alimony. You can count that too, right? So for this one, we're just going to use W-2. For employer name, we're just going to put U.S. Army, right? We're going to put that's his current job. And he started way back in the day. We'll just say 012000. He's been doing this for 18 years. Employer address. Let's go 1 Foot Avenue, Schofield Barracks. There it is. Boom. He's there, right? His phone number. We'll make up something. 808-555-4444. Boom. Job title. Now, if you're active duty, I get it, man. You might be a team leader. You might be a squad leader, a platoon sergeant. You might be an operations sergeant. That might be your actual title. What I need to know is what your current rank is. So if you're on the enlisted side, you're going to be an E1 through an E9, right? And if you're on the O side, you're either going to be an O1 through an 06 or 07 or 08. But bottom line, Ranger Danger, he's a hard Mo Frappy, but unfortunately, he probably talks a little too much and has said a little bit too much, so he probably hasn't made a whole lot of rank. So we're just going to say he's an E5. Boom, E5, there it is. Buck Sergeant, right? Not a cherry Buck Sergeant, just a Buck Sergeant. And he's been in this profession 18 years. And I'll be honest with you, if you're an E5 and you've been in 18 years, that's some hard living right there. His base salary, it's going to be about $36,000 a year, because that's about what an E5 makes a year, or makes a month now. It's $3,000 a month. And you don't get no bonus or overtime or commission from the U.S. Army. I'm sorry, that just is what it is. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, right? You click next, we're done adding income, right? If you want to add more income, you could. Let's talk about your assets. Okay, what kind of account do you have? Well, he said he's got a checking. One of his favorite ones, ABC Bank, right? And because Ranger Danger doesn't like to go do stuff other than basically just kick down doors, take names, and live in his pub tent, he's got a lot of money saved up. So we'll just say he's got about 150,000 in his account, right? He can add another account if he wants to, but at this point, for the circumstance, for the purpose of training, we're going to just click next, right? There we go. Now, the next step is what we call the government monitoring questions that we are required by law to ask you. If you were making this application in person with me, I literally would have to read this verbatim. And I'm not going to do that now because honestly, well, why not? Let's just pretend that we're in the same office together right now. So basically, I would just say, hey guys, I hate to do this to you, but unfortunately, the government does require me to read this paragraph verbatim, so please bear with me. The purpose of collecting this information is to help ensure that all applicants are treated fairly and that the housing needs of communities and neighborhoods are being fulfilled. For residential mortgage lending, federal law requires that we ask applicants for their demographic information, ethnicity, race, and sex in order to monitor our compliance with equal credit opportunity, fair housing, and home mortgage disclosure laws. You are not required to provide this information but are encouraged to do so. You may select one or more Hispanic or Latino origins and one or more designations for race. The law provides that we may not discriminate on the basis of this information or on whether you choose to provide it. However, if you choose not to provide this information and you have made this application in person, federal regulations require us to note your ethnicity, race, and sex on the basis of visual observation or surname. So if you do not wish to provide some of this or all this information, please check below. And then again, while you're doing this online, if you don't want to furnish this information, just click there. Boom, makes it simple, and we go next, right? But if you wanted to, you could literally go through it. The next battery of questions are very simple. Are there any outstanding judgments against you? Well, Ranger Danger, nope. He's never declared bankrupt because he never really spends money or bought anything. He hasn't been foreclosed upon. He's not party to a lawsuit. He's not obligated or resulted in foreclosure on anything. He hasn't been delinquent on any federal debt. He has no kids because he's unmarried. He's got no wife. He doesn't need to borrow any money for the down payment, and he's not a co-maker on anybody else's note, but he is a U.S. citizen, and he's not a permanent resident alien. And then he's going to intend to occupy this as his primary residence. And since this is his first home, he has not had ownership in a property in the last 3 years. Next, right? Then what we do, while you're on there, you get to double check all your stuff. You get to look at it, make sure it all looks correct, right? Take a look. Boom. Yep, it's all good. So you go through every single one. You hit next, right? Then you got to create a password. Let's just create a password for this one. Danger is my name, exclamation. Oh, hold on. That one won't work. So let's try another one. The 8 Danger is my middle name. There we go. That'll work. Danger is my middle name, exclamation. Boom. Love Rick. Man, this guy's awesome. So now we're going to have to put in a social security number. Let's go ahead and do that. He's going to have triple aught, double deuce, quadruple aught. There we go. Don't know if anybody actually has one of those. Triple aught, double deuce, quadruple aught. All right. Next, away we go. Next stage is going to say, okay, let's see what you qualify for. All right. And it's going to ask you, hey, do you accept and are willing to do this online? We are an online mortgage company. Yes, you can come on in and see me, and we can kill a bunch of trees and print stuff up. But we have designed this to where most of this you can literally do from the convenience of your own hand, from your home, on your smartphone, your tablet, you name it, right? So you click accept, and now they're working on your credit scores. And I tell you right now, there will be no credit report that comes back underneath that. So that's basically it for today, folks. And that's how you finish it. Once you're done there, boom. And again, it's going to take a little bit. It could take up to 2 minutes because it's trying to find out if there's an actual Ranger Danger with that type of social security number, which we obviously know there isn't. If there is, holy crap, I think I just committed an actual felony. But no, I believe there is no actual Ranger Danger, and I believe that there is no actual credit score associated with that. And that's probably part of the reason why this is taking so long. It says it'll take up to 2 minutes, but normally within about 30 seconds, we've pulled your credit, and then you're able to go on to the next step. But literally, this entire video has taken 14 minutes. I spent 4 minutes actually BSing you, and it took only about 4 minutes to really go through the application. So, yep, there we go. Thanks for applying. I'll have to contact them soon because unfortunately they just couldn't find things, right? So, but your credit score would normally show up there, and then it would give you your task list on what to do next. So that's your instructional video for today. If you have any questions, hey, you know what to do. Reach out, call us. email, you name it. Our contact information is here on the site. And make it a great day. Talk again soon. Aloha.